You wake up every morning carrying a weight you never asked for. Stress, expectations, fear of the future, regret from the past. And no matter how hard you try, life keeps throwing more at you. Things you can't predict, can't stop, and can't control. Think about it. How many nights have you lost sleep over things that never happened? How many times have you been hurt, not by life itself, but by the story you told yourself about it? But what if the problem is not the chaos? What if the problem is that no one ever taught you how to stand calm inside it? Over 2,000 years ago, a group of thinkers discovered something powerful, a way to transform pain into fuel, anger into clarity, fear into strength, a way to build an inner world so unshakable that no storm could break it. This was not a religion, not a self-help trick. It was a skill, a discipline, a mindset forged through fire. This is Stoicism. Over 2,000 years ago, a man named Zeno of Citium stood penniless on the streets of Athens. Once a wealthy merchant, he had lost everything in a shipwreck. But from disaster came discovery. Wandering into a bookstore, Zeno found a book about Socrates. He read all night. By sunrise, he had found his purpose: to study how to live. He began teaching philosophy under painted porches, or stoas. From that word came Stoicism. At its core, Stoicism teaches one simple but life-changing truth. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. It's not about suppressing feelings or pretending to be cold. It's about mastering them, standing firm in the fire instead of being consumed by it. From slaves like Epictetus to emperors like Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism became a philosophy of freedom, from fear, anger, and despair. Have you ever faced something you couldn't control and still tried to fight it? Tell me below. Stoicism is not about hiding emotions. It's not about being cold or robotic. Stoicism is the art of feeling everything, but being controlled by nothing. At its core, Stoicism teaches one lesson: your mind determines your experience of life. Not the weather, not your past, not other people, your mind. Marcus Aurelius faced war, betrayal, plague, and political chaos. Yet he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Seneca lost family members, wealth, reputation, and still wrote letters overflowing with strength and clarity. Epictetus began life as a slave, beaten, controlled, humiliated. Yet he became one of the greatest teachers of inner freedom in history. Stoicism was built for people living through real struggle, not philosophers in comfortable rooms. It teaches that suffering becomes lighter when you focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. If you understand that one truth, your life will already begin to change. Stoicism begins with one question: what is under my control and what is not? Your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, these belong to you. Other people's opinions, the past, the future, luck, these never did. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Simple, but world-changing. Most people waste their life fighting the wrong battles, trying to control someone else's emotions, seeking approval, or replaying mistakes they can't undo. Stoicism snaps the chain by teaching you to redirect your energy inward toward the only battlefield where victory is possible: yourself. This is where peace begins. The Stoics discovered something powerful. Most suffering comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. You can't control other people, the past, accidents, your family, the economy, what people say about you. But you can control your reaction, your thoughts, your attitude, your actions, your habits, your decisions. This idea is called the dichotomy of control. Once you stop fighting battles you cannot win, your mind becomes peaceful. Imagine standing in a storm. You can't stop the wind. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the darkness, but you can build shelter. That shelter is your mind. The world will never fully calm down, so you must become the calm. Stoicism gives you a new superpower, the ability to pause. Most people react instantly, emotionally, aggressively, thoughtlessly, but Stoicism teaches you to insert a moment of stillness before every reaction. A single breath that separates wisdom from impulse. Seneca said, "Anger, temporary madness." In that 1-second pause, you choose peace or chaos, wisdom or reaction, control or regret. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining problems before they happened. This didn't make them afraid, it made them prepared. When chaos came, they said, "I expected this, I am ready." You become calm not because life is easy, but because your mind is trained. Stoicism isn't ancient theory, it's a daily tool. In relationships, it teaches you not to react from insecurity. In money, it teaches you to focus on discipline, not luck. In self-growth, it teaches you to choose action over excuses. Applying Stoicism shifts your identity from reactive, calm, emotional overdrive, emotional mastery, chasing approval, commanding self-respect. This is why modern CEOs, athletes, creators, and world leaders quietly study Stoicism. It gives them something the world is starving for: clarity. 1. Negative visualization. Imagine losing what you love, not to scare yourself, but to appreciate and protect it. 2. Voluntary discomfort. Cold showers, walking in cold wind, sleeping without a pillow, training your mind to be stronger than your comfort. 3. The dichotomy of control. Focus only on what you influence. These practices turn weakness into resilience and fear into courage. Your mind creates storms that never existed. Stoicism teaches you to break the cycle with 3 tools. 1. Journaling. Write down your thoughts. Once they're on paper, they lose their power. 2. Perspective switching. Will this matter in 5 days? 5 months? 5 years? Most anxieties die under this question. 3. The view from above. Imagine your problems from the sky. Suddenly, their size shrinks. The mind becomes quiet when it remembers what truly matters. Stoicism is not only emotional, it is practical. To build discipline, Stoics used daily reflection, strict routines, accountability, identity-based habits. They asked themselves every night, what did I do well? What could I improve? What did I tolerate that I should not? Your habits shape your future far more than motivation ever will. Stoicism doesn't remove pain, it transforms it. Epictetus was born a slave. Marcus Aurelius lost multiple children. Seneca faced exile, illness, betrayal. Yet they wrote about strength, not despair. The Stoic rule is simple. Choose to grow from what was meant to break you. Pain becomes fuel. Hardship becomes training. Obstacles become teachers. You become someone who survives storms, not because life is kind, but because you are strong. The modern world is loud. Notifications, stress, pressure, comparison, judgment, endless. Stoicism is how you protect your inner world from the outer one. Practice daily. Pause before reacting. Detach from opinions. Reflect at night. Simplify your life. Focus on values, not noise. Stoicism is not ancient. It is timeless. The world will always be chaotic, but you can choose to remain calm. You learned the meaning of Stoicism, the formula for ending suffering, the power of emotional control, the 3 Stoic practices: discipline, clarity, and resilience. If you want more videos that transform your mind and guide you into calmness, subscribe now and comment what Stoic topic you want next. The world is loud. Your mind doesn't have to be.